Okay, is this it? Welcome, guys. Welcome to the very first episode of my brand new podcast, Living in a Drainpipe. That's right. My name is George, and for those of you who don't know me that well, that's most of the people, I guess, in the world that don't know me. This is why you actually should listen to this podcast, because you don't know me. Because if there's like famous people, you already know so much about them. So why not learn something about infamous people? That's right. So the reason for this podcast is because I want to have an excuse to talk to myself, I guess. Because basically that's what I'm doing right now. Because until I upload this, it's just me talking to myself in my room, lounging on my bed with my balls slinging out. I guess. I see. This is where the podcast is going to go. I used the word balls already within like the first 30 seconds of it. I hope, is this loud enough? I don't know. Maybe? Is this loud enough? Yeah, I guess it will be alright. Okay, no, maybe a bit less. Yeah, that should be good. Cool, man. What's the idea of that podcast, you know? I guess it's really just like any podcast, just like dudes talking, you know? I hope it's maybe going to be a bit funny, and I hope it's going to be entertaining. Just see, you know? I don't know, like I maybe have to figure out the setup here a little bit still. But as long as you can understand me, I think it's going to be all cool. Because what you don't see is that I'm just like lying on my bed, and the microphone is actually like the microphone stand is quite far away, so it almost falls over because it's so heavy, having the microphone like all the way telescoped out towards me. But I think it's balancing. Anyways, man, I was actually really like into... Oh, wait, before I do that, 2 years ago, I already wanted to start this podcast. And I did do two episodes. One featuring my friend Ivana, and another one also Ivana and Jake, I think, was there. And we put like a diaper on her dog. Oh, that was amazing. And yeah, but I never like put this online. So yeah, well, I thought like it's it's about time. It's been 2 years, right? So I just needed some growth, some inner growth. And so talking about dogs though, like fuck me, like they're dumb. Oh man, I don't know if you tried doing this, but I gotta think big here. So I know there's nobody listening probably at all, like to this one, but doesn't matter. I'm gonna think big here. So this podcast is broadcasted from Lembongan Island, Nusa Lembongan, Indonesia, right? This like little tiny island next to Bali, and of course everybody who lives on this island already knows that, but all those people that don't know me, who don't live here, like don't know that. So I'm just gonna put that out there so you know what's going on. So anyways, like I was like in a really good mood, like trying to like set this up and stuff, and then I remembered, oh fuck, I have to buy food for my dogs. So, and if you're not from Indonesia, as you know, as you don't know, then like you just have your dogs, like they jump on your bike, like where your feet are, and you drive them around. Well, that's what most dogs that have like owners here do. And since I have two dogs now, taking care of my friend's dog as well, I have to have two dogs on the bike with me. Well, I don't have to, but they just like, they're so fucking annoying. They're always jumping on. I mean, I love them, but Jesus, like, and then they just don't learn. My God, they just look at me like, which way does it go? And there's like two ways which work. Like one goes on, flow goes on left, either goes on right, one after the other. And they've done it a few times, but then there's always this jump off. You want them to get back on, and then they just do it all the wrong way. And one is being selfish and wants to jump on first, but then the other one can't jump on. And then they're like growling at each other. And to this point where while I was buying food, it's getting really annoyed already. And then I jumped on the bike and they just didn't want to go the right way. So I just drove off and left them there because, well, they know where I live anyway. So they just like, they were almost home before I was. Anyways, so what else to talk about? Hey, man, I did a few minutes already. This is going great. I can see like my little recording stream waves going up and down on the computer, so it's definitely doing something here. Man, I have to have silence here? Or is it cool if I listen to music? I mean, it's my podcast. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Yeah. So I was thinking maybe at one point have like guests on here as well, people from the island, and just talk about stuff. Yeah. But I don't know. Like I think I'm only gonna have like unknown people here, because everybody knows stuff about famous people and the unknown. Everybody's interesting, right? But for now, I think I'm gonna just like do talking by myself, because there is nobody else here and I'm all by myself. My wifey is in Bali at the moment, so I can mess up the room as much as I want. And as always, 5 minutes before she comes back, I'll like clean up a little bit. Man, I just like still have this these dogs, they annoyed me so much. But actually, like the other day was this. I was on the beach going out for a surf, and there's a boat, just like as I'm getting in the water, there's a boat driving out into the channel, and a dog jumps in. Like I don't know this dog, but it just like jumps in the water and like swims after the boat. And the captain of this little boat is just like, yeah, funny, that dog is swimming after me. But he doesn't stop, but the dog wants to like come on the boat. So the dog keeps swimming after the boat and just keeps going further and further and further. And I'm just thinking, man, there's like strong current out there. Is this dog going to come back? So I start paddling after the dog, because the boat is definitely not turning around. They don't give a shit. This dog is just swimming. And then once the boat is like too far away, no way the dog can catch up, but he's still swimming. And then there's like this point where he reaches the current. So I like start paddling after this dog. I'm on my board, right? Start paddling after this dog. And I'm yelling over like, oi, oi, hey, like it's a person. Like it's like, hey dude, what are you doing? And I literally say stuff like, what are you doing? Hey, where are you going? Just when I get close to the dog, he just looks at me and goes, like while he's swimming, he just looks at me and goes, and turns his head and just swims the other way. I got this by a dog, what the fuck? And then he just swims back to the beach, like nothing happened. I just wanted to help him, and he just told me to fuck off. So that was that. So then because then I went back and fucked his wife. No. Okay, of course not. I would never fuck a married dog. Break up that marriage. I fucked his sister. That's right. Put on like a little sausage dog costume, which I made myself. And stood by the side of the road waiting for his sister to come by, and then was like like give her the puppy eyes, and then I like set up like a date where I would meet her, and I knew that her dog was coming home at a certain time from swimming, and I fucked her right up. But I didn't fuck her doggy style, missionary. And right in that moment, like her dad comes in, and I'll be like, fuck you, I just wanted to help you in the water, and you just fucked me off, so this is why I fuck your daughter. Cool. All right, I think the key to a podcast is that you just keep talking, no? Yeah, well, I think that it's gonna go better like once I've done a few episodes, no? Because like I haven't really thought about what I'm going to talk about on this podcast. I'm really into stand-up comedy at the moment. And that's the next thing maybe. I'm gonna start stand-up comedy Lambongan. Stand-up Lambongan, check it out on Instagram. I saved the spot already. By the time I upload this, I don't know how far I am, but I'm like about to make a logo for that thing, and then have an idea for the location already, and try to connect with the guys in Bali. And there's my dog just kicking down the door of my room right now. Trying to connect with my friends in Bali, which started stand-up nights there at Deus every week on Friday. Promote that right now. So I want to start stand-up here, which I think is going to be sick because there is no stand-up on the island at all. So I really think people are going to appreciate it. And hopefully lots of people come, and maybe people come from Bali, and that'd be really sick. Stand Up Lombongan on Instagram, check it out. This podcast is presented to you by nobody, because like, who am I? I don't have sponsors. Like, this is, nobody knows this, you know. So it's sponsored by jelly beans. No, I don't have jelly beans. What is it? What do I have here? By magnesium cream and apple cider vinegar. So yeah, I'm really like into stand-up comedy at the moment, and I realized, man, I'm really enjoying listening to stuff, and I tried it out like 2 times already, but just 2 times in Bali, and the first time was actually really good. It's like I got a lot of laughs, but I was also doing my music, because that's mainly the first thing I always did, was just being a musician and playing stuff. And I played like a song I wrote, like about like fucking and blah, like it's funny, perverted song sort of. And it was really good, and I cracked a few jokes like on the side, and it was really well received. And the second time I went on, I was like, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna do this. Like, and actually, like I never wrote jokes before. Like, I joke around a lot, I think, but I never wrote jokes. So for that one, I was like, ooh, stand up. Like, I gotta write some jokes now. So I literally like prepared like a day, 2 days before. I can't remember, a few days before, and started writing stuff. Like, literally, okay, what would be a good premise? And then like word for word, like trying to figure out the jokes. And that was weird, you know, like you think, oh, that would be funny and stuff. But then I tried it on stage, and it was just not me, you know, like I was like blaming the audience, of course, that they don't know what the fuck funny is. But yeah, I was also like actually pretty shit, because I was like kind of cocky, I guess, when I went out. I was like, yeah, no worries, first time went great. And then the second time it's just bombed. But I remember like the first joke, actually, I'm gonna tell you in a minute, but the first joke I got like one, it was all quiet, but one guy laughed like really loud. Well, which is cool, like at least I got one laugh, okay. But yeah, and then I was like, "Ooh, shit!" But that's the thing. You just gotta. I think I learned so much from this gig, because I didn't get many laughs, but I'm comfortable on stage, because I play music on stage, and I'm really like comfortable being in front of people, talking to people, joking around and stuff. But then you do stand up, and people are like, "Really? Well, I don't think that's funny." So the pressure is there. Like, they have expectations now, because when you talk to your friends and you joke around, they don't have expectations that to make you laugh, you know, to make them laugh. So that's the whole difference. So they immediately like sit back in the chair and go like, yeah, okay, like, funny man, what's going on, like, tell us a joke then, yeah. So, and you kind of, I think that's the whole thing, you have to like bring down those expectations, which of course like I didn't come up with, but it's like a lot of comedians that do this really well. I think my favorite one of these guys is like, I mean, Louis C.K. is funny as fuck, but I really enjoy Bill Burr, actually, because he seems so natural. when he does, he's just like Bill Burr off stage and on stage. If you guys don't know who Bill Burr is, check out. He also has a podcast, Bill Burr Monday Morning Podcast, I think it's called. YouTube, I think it's on YouTube for sure. I don't know if it's on other platforms. I don't know. I never checked. And yeah, really funny guy, and it's just like always has like an hilarious point of view. And just he's one of these people just get into these rants, and he just starts ranting about stuff, and it's like fucking hilarious. And that's really, and also really like touchy subjects is really cool. So where you really, it's like kind of like pushing the boundaries, and then he always finds like a little backdoor to be like, oh, you can't really get mad at him for saying this because he has a good point. You know, there's always a level which everybody has to agree to what he says, even if he says some ridiculous stuff like talks about hitting women or something, because he says, no, well, there's no reason for hitting women. No, there's reasons obviously for hitting women, but you just don't do it. But there's plenty of reasons. Anyways, I don't want to like put out his material here, but it's fucking funny the way he talks and the way is in his stand-up. Anyways, so back to the bombing on stage that particular day, and yeah, it was just a lot of silence, but I just kept going. I was just like, yeah, fuck it. And then I also I just remember that I completely forgot to tell. I told like half of my stuff, and then because it was like not that much response from the audience, once I was done with like one bit, which was a few minutes long, I had like another bit which was maybe another 2 minutes or 2 minutes, and I completely forgot about the second bit. I was just like, after the first bit, okay, cool, that's it, see you later, guys. And even the guy Fajar who hosted it that night was like looking at me like, that's it, you're done? Like he was like surprised, because I was just like, okay, good, let's go, let's get out of here. But I actually didn't do it on purpose. I just like in that moment I was just like blank. I just forgot. But it was really interesting afterwards looking back on this and to learn from that, because I really learned so, because you only learn when you bomb, like, or when something doesn't work, right, from failure. Like when everything is going great, you don't learn much from it. Yeah, fun, but you don't learn that much. You don't improve much on that. You always have to look at your failures, right? Oh my god, I'm so smart. So yeah, what was the opening joke that I did there? Oh yeah, okay, so last night I was taking a piss with my eyes closed, thinking, asparagus, motherfucker. Okay. Well, that was the opening joke, and I thought it was really funny because, I mean, you know, it's asparagus, makes your piss smell, and it was like, because it really happened to me. I was standing at night, like I was taking a piss, and I was smelling asparagus, but I didn't know I ate asparagus that day. I ate something and I didn't know it had asparagus in it. This is why I was so fucking surprised, and I was literally just like in my head, what the fuck, why do I smell asparagus? And I just thought, motherfucker. And I just thought that was funny, to be surprised by asparagus smell. But except for that one guy who laughed really loud, everybody else didn't get it or didn't think it was funny. But in that case, I also was like, man, the Canggu crowd, like Canggu in Bali, because there's so many Canggus out there. So the Canggu crowd is very mixed. So there's like a lot of Russians and then Australians and then Europeans, and like such a big diversity of people. And I mean, like Russians, they understand English, but they don't speak it. No, like, but of course they speak. But it's like, I don't know. Do they know the word asparagus? I don't know. I mean, it's Canggu, it's like hipster capital of Bali. So you would expect that they know the word asparagus, but maybe I should have done like a joke about chai latte and soy milk or something instead. I don't know, some vegan pizza or some shit like that. Yeah, so I was afterwards, I was like, fuck, why didn't that one work? But because everybody else outside of that stand-up night I told this joke to laughed. It was like not like, oh my god, crazy laugh, but everybody had laughed at that joke. So I was like, okay, maybe it was some sort of like the word. There was something with the word. I don't know. Like whoever listens to this, you'll be the judge. Maybe you find it funny, maybe you don't. Yeah. So, but then I really learned that it's like at that time already, man. Like writing joke and like repeating it, like you write it down word by word and try to figure it out, and then sort of study it and just like spit it up. I don't think this is how I can do it, because I'm just not good enough of an actor to make it not sound scripted. And then also it just seems fake, like seems like, okay, this is an act, like it's like you presenting your homework or something, like feel like back in 7th grade, like 3 plus 3 is 5, and 7th grade 3 plus 3 is 5. Well, if you think that, you definitely didn't make it there, I guess. What was I gonna say, man? It's just like blah in my head right now. Just like stream of useless words like running through my head. So, scripted, yeah, right. So you don't want it to sound scripted because it just doesn't seem real. It just seems too prepared, yeah. So now what I'm trying to do, I put down a premise. I write down, if I have an idea, write down the premise, and then I maybe a few bullet points, sort of like if I think, that would be a good punchline, or that would be a good place to go to. And then I just start talking about that topic, about that premise, and sort of improvise, but I know where it's going. It's just like you use different words every time, I guess. And this is also like what Bill Burr does, I think, and other like comedians I like, at least from what I know. So yeah, I think next time I'm gonna go to do the stand-up there. I'm gonna try that out. And then also like the whole vibe of the audience, like you gotta feel that energy that they bring. Like I think you gotta address that shit, like if there's no laugh, then like, I don't know, there's to talk to the audience, or like, you gotta improvise a little bit as well, and just feel what the room does, which is, just needs some practice as well. So I hope that it's gonna work out next time. Anyways, but because I'm in Lembongan and it's like to go to Canggu, I mean, it's not that far. It's like 30 minutes boat drive and 30 minutes or whatever, like a little bit more maybe on the bike. So, but it costs money to go there, and then like I don't want to go every week just like to do the stand-up. So that's why I want to start stand-up in Lembongan, so I don't have to take the boat, spend the money, and I can just make the people come over here. I still want to go over there, but to keep practicing with different crowds and stuff. So that's pretty cool, man. This is not comfortable right now. Okay. Fuck. Cool, man. Well, how far are we in here? Like a couple of minutes already, huh? 5, 6, I don't even know. What? 24 minutes? Is that right? Bullshit. 24 minutes? Dude, what's going on? I've been just talking like a what? No. Amazing. Okay. I don't even know how that happened. Wow, this is easier than I thought. Well, we'll see. Okay, cool. Yeah, man. What else can we talk about here? So, I don't think I'm gonna talk about like politics or anything on this podcast because I don't give a shit. But maybe sometime. No, don't worry about it. So I just wish that Kanye would have won. You know, I always wonder though, but why? Like, I mean, the Americans, they always. Now I start talking about politics. No, actually, I'm just gonna say one thing and I'm gonna move on. So why they present everything like so, like, oh, look at this, look at it, like a fucking show, you know, the politics and the whole hype about the election, that sort of stuff. And so why would I give a shit? I mean, like, I don't know who the president of Pakistan is, and why is that different to the US, right? I think I just lost all my American listeners right now. But that's okay, guys. I like a challenge. I'm gonna win you back. Um, so no, but that's what I mean. Like I feel like the US is a little bit like like a child on the like playground, which wants the parents' attention. You know, it's just like always, hey, look, you're not looking. You know, so they always have to do something and put it like on bigger and better. And yeah, it's just like, I don't know. It's not for me, so I don't give a shit. So I know who won that thing, but you can't get around it because somebody is going to tell you whether you won it or not. They're like, hey, that dude won the election. And you're like, great, you know, thanks. And then you just unfollow them on Twitter, on Instagram, and on whatever you do. Cool. Yeah, man. Talking about Instagram. What a fucking invention that is, huh? I mean, the invention, it's so like simple, the idea, but it's the people on there. I mean, I never used to be on there for like a long time after it already existed, and then I started to like, okay, I'm just gonna, I'll try. Is this still recording? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, cool. Hey, why is this not moving? Come on. Follow the thing. Yeah, what? Hello. Oh yeah, no, it's still recording. Okay, so, Instagram, yeah. So there's like these people on there, and I watch my stuff on there. You know, like surf clips and that sort of stuff, whatever I like. But I follow like a few people, and I almost never put anything on there. Like I have, I don't know, 30 things on, if that feels nice. That's that much. Some photos where I felt like I had like a time where I took like a few photos and I was like, oh, I want to play around with this a little bit and put it there. Anyways, but there's like, I don't know if you heard of I mean, you probably heard of this like when lizard people run the world conspiracy thing. And when you watch Instagram, that's exactly what you see. I feel like there's like all these women presenting themselves in the weirdest ways, and I feel like their like faces are like so fake and stretched and yanked back and pulled back and stuff, that they do for sure look like lizard people. So, and the whole thing of like editing like your ass so it looks nice and I mean, and your boobs, what's the point of that? I mean, like, as soon as somebody meets you, I mean, if I get the point of like, yeah, you want to sell shit and stuff, but to put yourself out there as oh, this is me, and you know, like, you want to get to know me, and then as soon as I meet you, I see that your asses or your tits are not like the photo. So what's the point of that? Man, that is so fucked up. There's actually, oh man, the advertising on, and they call it, oh, there's no advertising on Instagram, right? There's sponsored clips, there's sponsored people, yeah, and like some dude like who doesn't know how to snowboard with like 150 followers is sponsored. Like, what? Come on, like, that's fucking, you pay for advertising. That's like, okay, anyways. So, and this advertising is just like analyzing me. I can see it so well, like in how it sends me stuff like this one time. I don't know if you've seen that one, but I used to get the, hey you, what, hear me? Hey you want to learn how to do handstand? You want to be upside down all day? And like, oh my god, no, I don't want to be upside down. But no, you can, man, in 30 days only, you can be upside down. You can be comfortable doing handstand. I'm like, fuck, who does that? And then, oh yeah, because me and my buddy here, like, two of the best handstand coaches in the game or whatever. And I'm thinking, what do you mean two? There's more than one handstand coach on this planet. What the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, so there's these two guys, and eventually, like, one guy got kicked out. It was just the one left, I think. And they like, hey, handstand, and anything these days, you know, you can do in 30 days or 3 steps. I think that's like anything. Learn this and learn how to speak Japanese in 30 days. You know, learn marine biology in 30 days. A 3-step program to oblivion or whatever. And I keep ignoring, of course, the ads of the handstand dude. And then I think Instagram thought, oh, maybe handstand is too advanced for this guy. So after a while, this shit would stop, and I would get, hey you, what, me? Yeah, you. You want to learn how to do backflip in 30 days? Oh no, actually, maybe no. Instagram thought I already knew how to do handstand. So now they're sending me like, hey, I'll learn how to do backflips in 30 days. And like, fuck, I only have 29 days time, so I can't do this program. So I'm like, motherfucker, same shit with backflip now. So then I keep ignoring that. Short while afterwards, hey, you want to learn how to do the splits in 30 days? I'm like, now they realize that handstand and backflip is too advanced for me. So they're just like, okay, do something relaxing. So I just like chill, you know, like just split your legs in 30 days. And by the way, no way, come on, man. 30 days to do the splits? I mean, I've talked to a yoga instructor and they said, like, I mean, it depends, like, if you maybe can't even do the complete thing because your hip is, like, fucked up from when you were a child or not, like, properly aligned. So, like, to do the complete sideways split. And I know yoga instructors that can't do the split completely, and they've been doing this for years. So, but fair enough, maybe this guy has some super insight of how to do the splits, you know. And first of all, why would I want to sit on my balls? Like, this is so fucking stupid. Anyways, keep ignoring that. And then Instagram went, oh, I see. This guy has a motivational problem. So they sent me advertising for, hey, 3-step program, get your ass up. 2 things, be yourself, like, this dude, that's like motivational speeches. And I'm like, wow, that's actually pretty brilliant how they just analyzed me. And this is why I'm doing the podcast now, because I got so motivated. I didn't do the course though, the 3-step program. Fuck that. Like, it's just some dude like I have figured it out again. Like, so much different from everybody else. Yeah, and I'm sorry. Like, I actually, like, I don't have anything against these people. Yeah, I was just trying to make some money and like steal some like get something in their pockets, you know. But it's just like so always like meh in your face. Yeah. So this is why I don't even know what's going on. Like, what's going on? Fuck it. Finish that story. Moving on. Okay. Man, that was like intense. First episode. I feel like I should check the time always, because I have no idea. I can't read how long it is, and I have no idea how long this podcast. I want to have like episodes. For how long I want to have episodes? For how long I want to have episodes for. Is that how you would say it? For how long I want to have episodes. No, if I want to have episodes for. Yeah, man, great English, Georgie. Cool. So, yeah, to anybody out there who wants to be featured in the podcast, go somewhere else. I'm not gonna have you here. No. Okay, now I'm just starting to talk bullshit because I really don't know what to talk about at the moment. Shit, this is getting boring. Okay. Maybe some story about. Oh man, this is really hard, yeah. Man, this Bill Burr makes it seem so easy, but he also he's so he just watches a lot of sports and this sort of stuff, and yeah, I'm not into. I mean, I'm into fair enough. I'm into surfing. Oh, I could talk about surfing, huh? At least people on this island would appreciate this probably. I know that actually surfing is getting really big at the moment, and all this but man, pipeline. Even if you're not a surfer, you maybe have heard of pipeline, which is it's probably the most famous surf break in the world, and it's on the north shore of Oahu, Hawaii. Yeah. So which of course they keep pushing into that. But I mean, there's amazingly talented people there, but it's come on, it's more than just one surf break there, right? So they just keep always talking about this one surf break. I can't even imagine what it must be like to go out there and try to catch a wave there if you're not a local. Because I don't know, if you're not a surfer, there's always locals in certain surf spots. So it's just of course, you know what locals are? People that live there. Yes, they live closest or to the spot. They go to the spot most days or most of the time. So yeah, so this is why they are locals to this spot. But there's something about localism and local pride which is really weird, because come on, you don't own this spot, do you? And you own the wave or what? Because I've been to spots where people are really aggressive and they get in your face, and you're just even though you're respecting everybody, but they just forget that it's supposed to be cool and just fun. And then I once in Portugal had this guy swim up to me. You could see it was busy as fuck, so many people. And nobody wants to give any waves to anybody else, so everybody's really greedy. And this guy was just paddling around, but he was a local and he wasn't catching any waves. And then he paddled past me, and he decided that I was in his way. I am just sitting there and doing nothing. And he started yelling at me, "Yo, what you doing, motherfucker? Huh? Where you from? Where you from?" It was just oh my god, what's going on, brother? So I just ignored him a little bit because I couldn't be bothered. And he's where you from? What language do you speak? And then he goes he shows me hablo español, hablo or francés, goes through a few languages. And he doesn't speak German, so he doesn't know I'm German. So then he's just you speak English? And I was yeah man, I speak English. What do you want? Yeah, you don't know the lineup. Yeah, why don't you go over there? Come back in 5 minutes. It's what the fuck is your problem? It's hilarious how people just I don't know people's minds, and well, when you come to the town where I live in, I'm just because I'm a local there, I am not gonna tell you, hey, you can't stand under this tree here, Yeah, whatever. But it's a fucking cool sport. It's just the best sport ever. It hurts you a lot. Well, it hurts me a lot every now and then, because that doesn't make sense. It hurts me a lot every now and then. So it's a great choice of words there. Don't make any sense at all. But it's the fucking coolest sport ever. It's so exciting when you drop in waves. And just the progression of getting better. Yeah, it's really cool. For anybody who hasn't tried surfing yet, don't try it, because there's already too many people in the water. But it's a cool sport, so watch it. You can watch it, but just don't try it. Just leave the waves for us that already surf. Yeah, man, the other day I was in the surf, and we have good waves here, and it was just beautiful, just perfect barreling waves. I mean, it's like it could have gotten even. Of course, it can always get better, no? But it was just beautiful, and I got just smashed so hard many times. I made a few barrels as well, I was so stoked about that. Because it was like quite big, and like I got smashed in stand-up barrels. But I had like maybe 15 waves, and every wave I got barreled, but I didn't make every barrel, so I got like kicked around a lot. I was literally like flying through the air. If you ever seen footage of people like a Kook Slam or whatever the thing is on Instagram, where they just put like people wiping out and stuff, man, I was one of these people. I was literally like cartwheeling through the air. But because the waves were so good, and it was just 4 people out, so like everybody had plenty of waves, and it was just kept coming, and I was getting so many good waves. But I after 1.5 hours, the waves all of a sudden stopped, and for like 20-30 minutes, I was just sitting there waiting, and my adrenaline came down, and all of a sudden my body just started hurting from all these wipeouts and getting smashed so hard. So it's just like, oh fuck, okay. So I paddled back, and because I was in the water, like because it was 2 different spots, I was in the water for like, I don't know, maybe 4 hours total a day, and it was like in the midday heat, just between like 11 and 3 or something in the afternoon. So it was like just the heat of the day, and my eyes were just so sore and burning, and my body just felt like I just got rammed by fucking. It'd be a good thing to come up with something funny now. Fucking thing that rams people and makes them hurt. So get back to the beach and just aching. Go home, and like my eyes are just watering at the end of the day because my eyes are so sore. I'm just lying in my bed like, oh fuck, that was the best surf ever, but I'm so dead right now. Anyways, next day I can't do anything, just chill, like try to recover, because I was like, okay, fuck it. Day after that, and I'm a good boy, I do my work, my warm up before I go surfing. Yeah. Like, my wife is yoga teacher as well, yoga instructor, but at the moment, I'm so proud of myself. I'm doing more yoga than she does. So, fuck you! Why? So, I'm doing more yoga than she does at the moment, so yeah, very proud. Anyways, keep it together. What's going on? Where's the storyline here? Oh yeah, I was beat up and prepare my yoga, like do the stretching and the movement before I want to go back after I had a day break, and I feel good again. Drive to the beach, meet up with my friend Jeff. Oh yeah, waves okay, looks good. And I just at my bike, I literally just turn my body just like 30 degrees over, like from left to right, just my upper body. And I feel a muscle in my back just like shutting down and just cramping. And immediately I'm like, fuck, I can't move. And I did nothing. And it's like, ooh, fuck, am I getting old? But who isn't getting older? And this is why I'm making stupid noises here, because I'm still trying to get comfortable with the pain in my back. Which is actually much better now, because I've been doing still yoga, but I couldn't surf I still am not surfing, but for a couple of days now. I was trying to get better, do like lots of meditation and that sort of stuff. All that stuff that Bali is known for, right? You ever go to Bali, you gotta do like a yoga thing, and you gotta do the meditation, and then sit down, and then you put your feet on the grass, and you feel the earth, and you feel the sunlight, which makes you grow, and everything, you know. It's very good in Bali, and then you have your little smoothie bowl, and keep healthy, right? So, oh man, smoothie bowls are fucking good though. Such a hippie food, but it's so good. Man, they have to be frozen though. I don't know if you agree with me, but like if you can drink a smoothie bowl, it's fucking stupid because it's liquid fruit juice, just like super like it's to be like nice frozen, and then it's just like sorbet. Ooh, damn, that stuff is good. Oh, Chef Club. Oh man. Cool. Like this. Oh yeah. Like let me promote something else here. There is an event coming up on the, I don't know when I think it's gonna be the first Friday of the next month, 2021. Friday the, I don't know, whatever the date is, look it up yourself. First Friday of February. That's the one where on Nusalem Bongan in Ombak Zero Waste Cafe and Bar, whatever they call it. On the beach, we're gonna have live music, and it's gonna be me, my wifey, gonna lay down some tunes, and then also we're gonna have our friends Athron and Tearosa coming over from Bali, which are also two really good performers that can bang out some tunes. It's always fun as shit because like the crew that of the expats, because during Corona it's just no tourism on the island here. It's just, I mean, like the only tourists we get is really from Bali, which is expats that live in Bali that then maybe they were like, okay, for a weekend I'm gonna go over to the small island. And so we but the crew that is still on Lembongan, because so many people when Corona started, first I thought the year people got stuck here, and there was like a little bigger crew still of people that still lived here and stayed, but you couldn't really leave. And then once there was like a window of, okay, the countries are, some are opening, you can come back, you can leave Bali, then quite a few people left, and the group of expats got smaller again. And since maybe in September, maybe, or whenever, then before the second lockdown, there's a few newcomers sort of, but it's basically like the core group still here. And it's so, I feel like everybody's growing together really nicely, because it's like you don't have to, you go out, you don't have to tell anybody where you're going, because, oh man, is this actually better when I sit here with the microphone? I feel like the sound is maybe even better. So because you don't have to make any plans with it, because it's a small island. I mean, this island is what, like 7 by 3 kilometers or something like that? I don't even know. For all the American listeners, that 7 by 3 kilometers is something in whatever units you have. Look it up. I don't care. Because why would I? Anyways, dissing the Americans again. Ooh, man, I'm really not gonna be friends with them, man. Nah, it's all good. I love you guys. You're all good. I have really good American friends. So that's just a disclaimer, so I can say that, I can make fun of them. Don't be all offended right now. Oh my god, like I'm so offended right now. Oh, gosh. So what was I saying? Stick to the point, Georgie. Keep it going. You don't have to make any plans when you go outside. You just go to like Ombak. This is our spot to go to, sort of. Or you don't. It doesn't matter where you go. You're gonna meet everybody anyways. You're just gonna run into people. It's that small. You just like go out and run into people. You don't have to send any messages to each other. I'm gonna be there. Yeah, you still do, but you actually don't have to. Because today I was like, yo, Jeff, I'm going to go to Ombak. Yeah, I'm already there. Yes, okay. I could have guessed that anyways. Again, forgot the whole point of where I was starting the story with. Really. Maybe another joke about Americans then. Georgie, keep it going. Come on, like 1 hour. I can do 1 hour of just talking shit. Is this 40? No, you fucking kidding me. No way, this is 48 minutes already? You are shitting me. Wow. I could have just looked at the clock down there instead of the timeline on the recording, which is so much harder to read. Yeah, well, hey man, that's really cool. Time's flying. That's so good. Yeah, fuck, still got like 12 minutes if I want to do 1 hour. Okay, this is the dumbest podcast ever. Okay, because I I thought at the beginning, okay, all you have to do, like, this the only two things I went into this podcast with was, okay, number one, I'm not gonna edit anything. I mean, I'm maybe gonna make the sound come out clear or whatever, but I'm not gonna cut anything. I'm not gonna pause anything because I don't know. That's just not how you do it. It's just like authenticity or whatever. And then I don't stop talking. Yeah, that's the whole thing about the podcast. You just have to keep talking, but that also means you just have to come up with new shit, and especially since I'm by myself, because nobody wants me. I mean, fucking Bill Burr does that as well. Yeah, man, I don't want to copy his thing. Sorry if Bill, but if I because he also yells away from the microphone, which is so funny. But he usually says the ladies. Okay, but sorry, I don't mean to. It's just a sign of respect and appreciation. And it's gonna probably go away after a few podcasts, but it's just yeah, sorry about that. Don't mean to steal any of your moves here, okay? Yeah, so just keep it talking, keep it going, you know. Man. So I was thinking that 2021, right? Is that going to be different? I think it's going to be so different. It's going to be so different. I mean, at least for me. And that's really all I can honestly say. 2020 was sick though. I mean, Corona, and by the way, I like to say Corona and not COVID because, I don't know, it's just like COVID sounds so medical and like, I know what I'm talking about, but yeah, fuck that. It's Corona. Come on. I don't know, it's just the sound. It sounds better when you say Corona, I think. Maybe it's the beer, which is... do they still sell this, I wonder? Or do they just go like, fuck, we have to call it differently now. Nobody wants to buy this shit anymore. I know. I haven't seen it on the island. Nobody's stocking up on that. It's just bintang everywhere. Oh, which is so pricey now. Man, I'm glad I don't drink alcohol anymore. Boring. Nah, okay. Because what's like a big beer here costs for like almost like 40,000. That's $4 Australian. That's what's that in euros or like any other, I don't know, $4 Australian basically in the supermarket. It's like, come on, for one beer, it's like a big beer. What's that? But come on, that's woof. And yeah, okay, fair enough. It's just for the tourists to buy it, or mainly. So they just like, yeah, fuck it, you guys have the money, so we can keep the price up. And yeah, it's a Muslim country, right? So no can alcohol, tidak bisa, yeah. So we put the taxes on that high or whatever. But then it's not even a great beer, which, well, fair enough, it's not surprising. But it's not shit, but it's good enough if you want to get like fucked up and have a beer every now and then. But yeah, I know it's a cliche because I'm from Germany, from the good old mother country of Germany, Mutter Deutschland, jawohl. And their beer is just so fucking cheap and good. Like, I mean, every town, it doesn't matter how small the town is, just has like a little brewery, and you can just sit down, have a fresh beer of your choice at the water hole, and damn, man, that's like. But yeah, it's actually, fuck it, I don't drink alcohol anymore. Can't be bothered. Just like, yeah, it's too expensive, and to be honest, like, fuck that. How old am I? 34. and I'm kind of like over partying already. I mean, I'm just over drinking. It really depends on the party and stuff, but like to get fucked up is kind of not like, I just don't enjoy it anymore, you know? Yeah. Rather peeve one, huh? Rather light one and have fun with that, but then that is highly illegal in this country, so that's a different story at all. Yeah, fuck. Anyways, 2021, I think after 2020, oh my god, I've done so much surfing in empty surf, which was amazing. But obviously, it hasn't been too great for people with businesses. And I mean, I haven't made any money, hardly. It was like just spending money, not making anything. But 21 started great. I know it's going to be great because I was paddling out on the first of the 2021, and the waves were fucking amazing. It's like so good. The water was clear. It was like the perfect day. You paddle out in the morning and it's just beautiful. And you just know, my God, like I have lived on this paradise island for 4 years already. And it's just so good. And I still love it so much. Have met my wifey here, which, well, we are not married yet, actually. She is from Jakarta, and just the coolest and most beautiful and kindest, and I don't know, there's like all these amazing words that describe her. And she is just that person, like she is like the kindest person. If she would meet the Dalai Lama, that guy would be like, damn, I gotta step up my game, you know? Because the Dalai Lama walks into any room, and I don't know if he ever thought that, but maybe, like, he probably at one point he goes like, yeah, I'm the fucking kindest person in the room, you know? And everybody knows it. Every fucking body knows I'm the kindest one, so fuck all of you. If you look up kindness in the dictionary, is like me. I'm the Dalai Lama. I'm so kind, and that's what I do. But then there's my wife, and nobody fucked my wife but me, and she is even kinder than that. I don't know. It's just like that's the nicest person. There is no way you cannot like her. Like, and she has taught me just by being that person. She has taught me so much, and we really feed off each other so well with our vibes and just connect so well, which is amazing. And it's just like, I love you, baby, so much, and can't wait to see you. Can see when I come over to Bali, because she's over there at the moment, and we hang out on the weekend, and then we come back to our little paradise island over here. Anyways, so we're in the progress of getting married, and it's as easy as you would expect it to be in Indonesia. Which means we started like over half a year ago or something, and it's a fucking nightmare. Man, like bureaucracy in this country. I mean, I knew it was a fucking hassle, but Jesus. Jesus, man, it's like I almost lost my train of thought there, because I was just like thinking of how it's just so funny how many different paperworks you have to get, and then this guy, like, and then because it's Corona, we thought like, okay, man, maybe now is the time to do it, because we have time to take care of it, you know. But then we can't go anywhere. We wanted to fly to Jakarta and take care, like go to some offices and take care of stuff, and it's impossible, of course. Then Jakarta was locked down, we couldn't go there, and so her sister who still lives there helps us out right now, but we have to send paperwork here and there, and then it's just it's like fucking painful but hilarious at the same time, because there's always some dude that has no idea what's going on in his job and doesn't know what paperwork they need. And like this one time, and it just keeps stretching. This one time, this guy is like, oh, we need I'm German, so you need your German ID, like the I. Yeah, well, it's like not the passport, just you fucking know what an ID is, yeah. Like, but the ID you only use like in your own country as like it's valid there as identification. And the German one, I think in the European Union it's valid as an identification, but anything outside of that, you gotta get a passport, which is almost the same. It's like the first page of anybody's passport is basically what your ID looks like in Germany. Just like it's your picture and your name and some blah, and then but you don't have all these pages behind it where you can put stamps. It's just like this plastic thing. So, and this guy's like, no, we need your German ID. And I'm like, what do you mean? You have my passport. That's my identification. Like anything that you have on the ID, you have on the passport plus pages in the back. Like, so knock yourselves out. And he's like, no, like we can look up. There's some sort of number on that ID that we can look up whether you are married or like already married or were married before or something. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy doesn't know what's going on. Like, so, because this is actually the whole point of getting all the paperwork together. What you're doing is you're gathering all this paperwork, which proves that you are not married at the time right now, and that you are, it's just everything, the background is all good, that you can get married to this Indonesian woman and she can get married to this German guy. And this is all the paperwork. This is the whole bunch of shit of paperwork that we have to gather over month and month. And they say, oh yeah, there's a number on the German ID which gives me that information already. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going on with this guy? So I'm like, no, there is not. But I'm not talking to the guy because my wife's sister is in Jakarta. I walk in the office talking to the guy, but it's like always delayed, and then I always just get to hear. I'm not like on the phone while she's talking to the guy. I'm not on the phone with her, so it's always like this delay between like this conversation over like through another person. And then I was like, no, this guy is just wrong. This guy he doesn't know what's going on. And I messaged my like this woman that I'm in contact with in Germany, and ask her, hey, have you works for an office there? And I'm like, hey, have you ever heard of anything like this? And she's like, nah, that's just wrong. Like they don't know what they're talking about. There is no information like that anywhere in any of these numbers of like. And I googled this, like, what do all the numbers mean on the ID and blah blah. So because this is the thing, I don't have that ID, and because you don't need to have it. If you have a passport, you don't need that other fucking ID, because that one just like is valid for 10 years or whatever. But I'm not there. Like, I'm not in Germany, so I don't need that ID because I have the passport. Man. And so for like 2 weeks, it's like a forth and back, and they're like, no, we need this thing. And I'm like, hey, give me the fucking number of that person you are talking to. Like, I want to talk to that person. I want to talk to them and tell them, like, hey, what's going on here? Like, there is no information on there whatsoever. Stop being in dickhead and give me your like, be all like, hey, I want to talk to your supervisor. Like I have a hair in my soup or whatever. Which I did. Oh, great metaphor. So, 2 weeks go by for like we were just wasting 2 weeks and nothing is happening. And then all of a sudden my wife's sister goes like, oh yeah, I went there again and I talked to a different person, and he was like, oh, what ID? No, we don't need that. We have the passport. What do you mean? And boom, we get the paperwork we need. And I was just like, and stuff like that just happened all the time. And now I understand why I feel like she as an Indonesian has to gather like so much paperwork. It all has to be legalized and translated, and it's so much hassle, and they want so much proof that all the paperwork that we're gathering is actually valid, like is official and stuff. And I was like, wow, why are you guys so uptight? Like, you fucking Germans, why you have to be so German? You Germans, stop being German. And now I understand why, because nobody knows what they're doing. And I love this country so much, but oh my God, it's just horrible, the bureaucracy. Like, nobody knows what the fuck is going on. Yeah. Oh my God. I don't know, I feel like I want to end the podcast on, man, that was such a rant about this, huh? Oof, sorry about that, guys. I don't know. If you ever want to get married to an Indonesian woman in Indonesia or anywhere, then don't ask me, man. Just like, I don't know. I think if we could have looked up maybe some agent to do that or whatever and pay that. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, but it's just going to make it much more worth, like, at the end, when we just have this piece of paperwork which says, yes, you can just do what you are doing now, but the government knows that you're going to live together or whatever, which is all that it is, right? So, because what's marriage? Like, it's a piece of paperwork. Come on. That's what it is, you know? And then you wear jewelry that matches. And that's it. I mean, come on. You don't need that. You know, you can just put on jewelry without the piece of paper. Just call her my wife. Nobody's gonna question that. You know, I don't go. This is why I call her my wife already, because I'm like, we're getting married anyway. So like, fuck it. Might as well get used to calling her my wife in front of people. But nobody ever questions that, anyways, right? You never go to a restaurant like, hey, I met Peter. Yeah, okay, this is my wife, and he goes, bullshit. That's not your wife. Yeah, so, you know, so might as well just like, whatever. Anyways, I want to end this on the high note though. So, cool. Once again, thanks to our sponsors, Magnesium Cream and Apple Cider Vinegar. If you ever have muscle pain, put Magnesium Cream on it. And then that's good for your muscles for some reason, which I believe, but I can't remember, because muscles like magnesium. Yeah, that's what they say, right? And if you have problems with your stomach or you just want to get good shits, then after every meal, apple cider vinegar, but just one zip is enough. Okay, guys, cool. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know if that was cool or not, if you enjoyed this or not, but I kind of like, yeah, it was really fun to just like keep talking and see where it went, you know? It's funny, like, where your head takes you, you know? You just like start going one direction and the other, and then this, that, and all of a sudden an hour has gone by already of me talking to myself, and I thought it would be weird just talking into a microphone by myself, but well, I do it in my head all the time, so I might as well just open my mouth and say it. Cool. Okay, thanks so much for listening, and I'm gonna bang out new episodes every day, every couple of days. I don't know yet. I'm gonna put it on YouTube. It's the podcast of living in a drain pipe. Living in a drain pipe. Spread the word, guys, and enjoy the life you're living, because that's the only one you are living. Okay, hope to see you soon, and man, I need to bang out some music after this as well, like and I'm also gonna play the jingle next time, which oh man, my guitar's over there. Sorry guys, I can't be fucked, like, because like it's always such a hustle at the moment to get up with my back pain. I know I'm being a bitch right now, but I'm gonna play the jingle, like the theme song of Living in a Drainpipe, next episode. Cool. Until then, keep it real and bang your wife and your girlfriend good, because that's what they deserve, and then they will pay you off for that by banging you back. Okay, see ya.